Hello, guys. I am back on this 94th day. Jesus, 94. Is it 94? It's 94 days. 94 days, guys. This is the 94th day. We only have six more days until the 100-day mark goes. Oh, my goodness, yo. I don't know what to say. It's crazy, but I'm not coming to you guys with the normal thing. Okay, I'm coming with something totally different. My name is Fonte, and it's Tay's World, and it's 94th day of my 100-day weight loss transformation. I'm sorry. I have to go off of the norm and discuss a movie review, guys. Today for Christmas, we went to go see The Color Purple. And when I say to you guys, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to give details. Try not to give details anyway. Because I want people to go watch it. Like, guys. Okay, so if you have never watched The Color Purple, one, I would say this. If you want to go see This Color Purple, I do think that it is important to see the original. The original Color Purple with Oprah Winfrey, with Whoopi Goldberg, and all the original cast. I do think it is imperative to watch that. Also, if you haven't watched the movie, if you read the book, at least you will have some type of I can't remember what's the name of the lady who wrote the book. I'm sorry, I should have got names, but anyway, I think that you should definitely go either read the book, watch the older movie, and then see this, because this is like almost like a musical version of the movie, guys. And the movie it can be very triggering. Like, there's a lot of things that are addressed in that movie that affect people then, and honestly still affect them now. And that's the crazy part. But it's an interesting story. It's always been interesting to me. It's always been very hard to watch. I've watched The Color Purple multiple times, but it is never easy. It's never easy to watch it because, like I said, there are some very triggering things that happen in it, and it's a lot to take in. I'm surprised the first time I watched that movie, I was actually a kid. Honest to goodness. And when I mean a kid, I probably was like, I want to say I was about 8 or 10 years old. Probably younger, honestly. The first time I absolutely watched it, I know I couldn't understand what was going on. I know I didn't. But I will say when I remember watching it again, it was probably when I was like 10 years old. And I could understand and follow the story plot. And then over the years, I watched the movie over and over and over again, which cemented the understanding of the movie. And the gist of different things. But so it was actually, while I was excited and wanted to see this version of it, because I felt like, okay, how are they going to update it and kind of make that movie make sense now? Are they going to stay true to its form, or were they going to update it? Like, I had so many questions on how they were going to do this. I wasn't expecting a musical type until I actually read a review later last week, and I read a review about it, and they talked about the songs, and I said, "Oh, okay, so this sounds like this is going to be more like a musical." But then I got scared because I thought, "Oh God, is it going to be such a musical that the whole purpose and premise around the movie is lost? Is it going to be? Are they going to overdo it?" You know how some movies become musicals and they just overdo it. Are they going to, is it going to mess the movie up? That's what I thought. I was like, oh God, don't mess it up. And then again, the apprehension that always comes with watching The Color Purple, because it's so many different things that happen in it that are not good or fun topics to talk about. So I had those two kind of, not anxieties because it's a movie, but I did just have that anxiousness in me. Like, oh goodness, Y'all, listen. You see this? They better pay them people their money, okay? Not just Taraji. They better pay them people their money, okay? Because they did an amazing job. I mean to tell you guys. First and foremost, they stuck with the plot. The plot is still the same. It has not changed. All the major things, again, if you watched the movie before, the original movie, they hit on every major part that was there. There was some major things that you would think that they included, and they did exclude or leave out. But they still kind of hinted at those things so you understood and you knew what was, what should have been or what was. Oh man, they had so many surprising faces in there, guys. I'm trying to tell you, like, their cast is amazing. Throughout the entire movie. Like, I'm going back to what I thought about the musical aspect. I was like, oh God, it's going to be too much. It was not. When I say every song that was sung fit that moment and the story that they were telling, but also it was perfect. It was not, they didn't overdo it, try to outdo the song. They wasn't trying to prove that they could sing. So it wasn't no additional runs and you didn't have to do all that. They didn't have to, because the people who were in it knew that they could sing. So they were confident in their skills and their abilities that they didn't need to add all that. They just sung the songs. And I thought that was amazing. I think that life is a musical. So for them to do this, and they did it with perfection and precision, it was amazing. Oh God, I don't want to give out too much, so I'm trying to hold back and just kind of keep with generic things about it. But oh my goodness, they did a really, really good job. And even they made some of the most difficult things that happened in the original movie and from the book, those difficult scenes, they actually made them a bit more, I don't want to say comfortable. They made them, it did, in a way, in a weird way, it made it more comfortable or easier to watch, or easier for you to understand. You understood what was happening, but they didn't seem as harsh in this. They kind of tapered that harshness that's in Color Purple, tapered it down a bit. Like I said, where you understood what was happening, you understood the significance of it, but it wasn't so harsh. And I think for me, that's why I love it so much, is because I was just like, oh, I want to see it, but I don't, because I know what to expect. But you do not know what to expect in this, because it brings a different spin to it that just made it a bit more lighthearted. And like I said, easier to digest, but you still had a good understanding. And they also added some other detail to this story, to some of the things that you were like, maybe had questions about from the original. They kind of added a bit to it, add more detail to it, so that you understood, like, oh, okay, I understand this now. It was just, guys, when I say if I had more thumbs, I would put them thumbs up. That was more than 2 thumbs up. Like I said, they need to pay them people their money. And don't stop tripping, because they're going to make their money. Okay? They are going, every producer, anybody, executive producer, they're going to make their money. So y'all need to pay these actors and actresses, because they did an amazing job. And they just, it was a great story, guys. It was a great movie. I'm so happy. I went to go see it. And please go watch it. I tell you, just go watch it. It is amazing. Maybe I'll come back once the movie is older and we can talk about some greater details. But I had to go off topic today, because that was just the highlight of my day today. And and also too, it kind of encompasses my journey as well, as far as, having time to relax and kind of chill and have moments where you just have, where you're with friends and you just kind of have your moments and have a great time. So it does fit within my journey, because I always tell you, make sure you have a good time and whatever journey you're on, because guess what? If you don't have a good time in your journey, it makes it really, really difficult. But if you have a great time in your journey, guess what? It makes it a whole lot easier. So, anyway, my name is Fonte. I came to you, I presented to you today the Color Purple, or my rendition of the Color Purple review without giving too many details because I do not want to spoil it for other people. And, it's Taysville, and I will see you back on the 95th day, guys. Merry Christmas to you all, and peace.